Hey guys. Okay, so right now I got a little special guest. Come here, little girl. Come here. Okay, this is my special guest. And also today's video, I'm going to watch my favorite anime trope, the overpowered side character. And judging by looking at that thumbnail, is going to be Escanor. If you guys haven't watched Seven Deadly Sins, I highly recommend you would. It's actually a good anime. And of course, just to get something out of my chest, of course, you always like your overpowered main characters, but you gotta respect the side characters. They got their time to shine, and they got their own thing going on. Okay, got nothing else to say. And I'll let little girl relax. Let's get this going in 3, 2, 1.
So me and my brother were discussing Seven Deadly Sins and how great of a show it was before, you know, the animation turned to this.
What?
But anyways, we were talking about some of the characters and how memorable some of their feats were. You know, stuff like Meliodas versus the Ten Commandments, Esterosa versus Bond, and my personal favorite, Escanor versus everyone.
Seriously?
Dude, Escanor is one of my favorite anime characters ever because of the
Same
sheer,
here.
I don't give a ness of his character. And talking about this character gave me an idea. I should make a video on this. I had some time to think about it and realize, wait.
Y'all don't understand, like, once you see Escanor when he's buff, yeah, the dude is literally shrouded in aura that just gives off arrogance. Like, he does not care.
There's actually a bunch of characters that do this, and I really enjoy all of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially when they get their own screen time. This revelation pretty much cemented my decision to make a video on one of my favorite anime tropes ever. The OP side character. Now, don't get things misconstrued. I love me a good, overpowered main protagonist too.
Same here.
Goku, Saitama, Lelouch, Gon, Mob, etc. are all examples of fantastic characters that build really immense height in their own respective universes. But a very underrated part of a lot of these shows is the supporting cast that either helps the main character get to where they need to be or gives them an assist when it's needed. They're often the source of grounding for the MC, and at certain times can be used to help balance the skills of an overpowered antagonist. Now, I will say that balancing is sometimes hard to do when it comes to OP side characters, and certain shows hit it perfectly while others do not. In order for this trope to work, the main protagonist still needs to be getting stronger and have their moments of shine alongside the OP side character. The side character also needs to have moments where they might struggle or it's shown that they're not completely unstoppable, as it helps bring a slight sense of fear to the viewer that's kind of like, oh, they might actually get hurt or die here. Personally, my favorite parts of some of the shows featured in this video are when the OP side character, you know what, I'm gonna be honest, I'm getting tired of saying OP side characters, so I'm just gonna refer to them as the OSC for the rest of the video.
What?
Typing that out and reading it is obnoxious. Anyways, the best parts of some shows are when the OSC is actually shown struggling with something, whether it be mentally or physically, because it shows that their conflicts are just as important and real as the MCs. The best way I can explain this point is to give you guys some examples from some of my favorite shows, or just shows that I can remember off the top of my head. First and foremost, since she was the inspiration for this video, is Escanor from the Seven Deadly Sins. Now I'm gonna be honest, Escanor is definitely my favorite off this list. In my opinion, he's the perfect example of an OSC done right. Exhibit A, when he first shows up in the show, he's presented as a weak, cowardly bartender that's facing the impossible task of going up against one of the 10 Commandments, Galen. At first, it looks like he got bodied. You know, he's under the rubble, he's smushed, but then the sun comes up, and he gets his daytime buff, and he transforms into real nigga mode.
Real nigga
He sees the
mode.
body Galen not once, but twice without breaking a sweat. And watching back the footage, I realized something that didn't even occur to me before. Okay, hear me out, right? Galen has a commandment that doesn't allow his opponent to lie to him, right? So when Escanor says this,
I am a human, but I'm also the one who stands at the pinnacle of all races.
this nigga is literally not lying.
Seriously.
Had me crying because, like, this means that Escanor dead meant every single thing he said because he didn't freeze up once, obviously. Exhibit B of Escanor being him is when he went up against
Estarossa.
Now, this was peak and probably one of my favorite parts of the show that I loved the most. So, you know, Escanor was doing a full court press against the Holy Knights and some of the Sins and had the niggas completely froze up because his commandment says that those who bore hatred in their heart can't act in his presence. Basically, they're frozen, they're stiff, you know? Now, guess what happens next?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
This nigga, Escanor, pulls straight up to him to run the ones. And Estarossa was like, what the f going on? My shit not working. And Escanor hit him with the...
Of course it doesn't. Why should I bear any hatred towards someone who's obviously weaker than myself? All I feel
It's pity.
And I was like,
This man.
nigga is a dog.
No, this man's a demon.
So, you know, get a few good licks in, but then he hits one of these. And if you're an avid anime watcher, you know when they cover half of someone's face, they about to lock in for the next attack. Estarossa feels a punch coming that's so strong, he literally thinks it's the sun. And at first, he's like, okay, you know, I tank that, light work. But then he felt his knees, and he's like,
wait, I didn't hit legs today.
tell me why Escanor hits this nigga with the, what's wrong? Did you drop something on the ground? I'm not gonna lie, watching this shit,
Bro.
Cause like, bro, that's so disrespectful. Now, I'm gonna jump forward a little bit because the section's getting kind of long. But after a brief exchange, Escanor is about to unleash the sun on Estarossa when Estarossa decides to use his dark.
Oh, is he gonna show the line? One of my favorite lines.
Until it doesn't. This nigga Escanor says,
my attacks have no effect on you.
Who decided that?
Your darkness swallowed up my sun. Who decided that? I will be the one to decide.
man, whenever I see this scene, I'm like, I cannot trust this because Escanor is literally him, dog. Like, you literally can't tell him.
Bro, he's literally him.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie. That's enough.
That aura says it.
The point that Escanor is an OP side character done right, because as strong as he is, his main goal throughout the show is still to help Meliodas and the Sins and keep everyone safe.
But literally has that straight up arrogance.
When it's nighttime, so therefore the authors did kind of give him a way to be balanced with the MC and cast, while also being overpowered when he needs to be. Also, shout out to the voice actor for the English dub, because he hit that shit.
Yeah.
These next few I'm going to talk about are going to be way shorter because I don't want this video to be like 40 minutes long, even though it's probably not that long. Killua from Hunter x Hunter is a character that is OP at all the right times. I mean, throughout the show, we're showing examples of how he just clears everyone out the water in terms of strength, agility, and just overall skills. He's there for Gon's journey and also to grow his own strength when he needs to, but it's constantly shown that he can really turn into that nigga.
Like a psycho assassin.
I mean, bro, he has to push a 4-ton door to get into his house.
Yeah.
On top of that, the feat that made me realize he was an OSC and just there for the ride, honestly, was when they were doing the Hunter exam and he killed
that part.
serial killer guy in like 5 seconds. He blitzed him. Old dude thought he was
straight up killed that dude.
He didn't realize Killua was at YN and Swiss cheese his ass quick.
Nigga, I'm trying to Swiss some. Eat some. Hey, pull up.
This shit had me like, whoa, so this is how Killua coming? It's funny, I saw this clip the other day that said Killua spent the whole show.
When you realize this, Killua was just aura farming the whole series. I mean, if you rewatch Hunter x Hunter, Killua was just
aura farming and
doing his own thing.
They weren't wrong, because bro had no reason to be hitting these throughout the show. But overall, I think Hunter x Hunter did a great job of having some OSCs that both supported Gon when he needed it and demonstrated how OP a villain was when one of them was shook. Rolo is up next on the list, and I know some of y'all are gonna be like, oh, but I watched Code Geass recently, peak show by the way, and I think Rolo definitely deserves to qualify as an OSC because his Geass was deadass just Dio's ability from JoJo. He could freeze everyone up within a certain radius for a couple seconds. Now, this doesn't sound that crazy, but when you consider that he was a nameless and faceless assassin for years up until that point, you realize that his potential is crazy. I mean, genuinely, he can blitz anyone in the room if he really wanted to, and they would never know he was there, aka Dio.
Yeah, something like Dio.
I might have to drop a video on JoJo.
If you guys are wondering, Flamefall, have you watched JoJo's? Well, not exactly. I'm more like I heard a lot of references, and I played Jump Force, so I got a good idea of what Dio is.
definitely in my top 5.
Hey, don't.
Anyways, while this
Don't
ability
argue
might
me.
seem insanely broken, they limit it by making it so it puts a strain on his heart if he uses it too much in quick succession, as shown when he bails out Lelouch. Throughout the show, he helps Lelouch out of some pretty unwinnable situations, and again, is a great example of an OSC helping the MC along without just negating the MC's impact completely. Finally, I want to discuss the one, the only,
The underdog. The GOAT Joe. It looks like GOAT Joe.
Now I can't even lie, this nigga gets unimaginable amounts of glaze by both people inside and outside.
And the women.
While he's not my favorite out of all the OSCs, I definitely fuck with him as a character, and he also fits the definition of an OSC to the T. I mean, you literally got a nigga that changed the dynamic of his entire verse just because he was born.
Seriously.
So strong that the curses, niggas that don't f with each other, by the way, had to band together just to try and max.
They had to just straight up jump him.
He's not a main character. The
Literally.
Shibuya arc is a plot by the curses just to seal him, not kill him.
Seal him.
Because he's so strong that that's the best plan they could attempt, and even still they barely got it off. Now Gojo's a great OSC because while they could make him bail out Yuji at every inconvenience, most of the time he actually lets him fight his own battles, and Gojo gives him room to make mistakes and grow. The only time Gojo really steps in is to bail someone out is if the threat is really big enough to warrant his power, aka Sukuna or Jogo or Hanami at the end of
Or
season
Kenjaku.
1. I think they do a really good job of defining him as an OSC because once he gets sealed in season 2, it really raises the stakes because now it's like, oh we lost our crutch. Although, I can't lie, this section is getting kind of long, so I'm gonna end it. But, honorable mentions really quick to Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho, Nezuko from Demon Slayer,
Really?
Granny from
Nezuko?
Dandadan, Itachi from Naruto,
Okay.
Levi from Attack on Titan,
Okay.
and many other. Yo, there's actually so many characters I could put on this list.
Literally, there's a lot of characters.
A lot of people. Now, a very important thing to remember when it comes to OSCs is that, more surprisingly than not, they usually end up becoming fan favorites. This isn't to say it happens in every show, because believe me, it definitely doesn't. But if you ask 5 people to name their favorite character from a show like JJK, right? I can bet you $500 that at least one of them will say Gojo. 7 Deadly Sin, Hunter x Hunter, etc.
Of course.
It's a unique aspect of most shows to have an OSC because they give viewers someone else to latch onto while not taking away too much from the MC storyline, most times. And the reason I say that is because me personally, nigga, I'm picking Escanor over Meliodas every time. And don't get it twisted. Meliodas is a dog in the show, and
but
gets nerfed by bad animation. But when Escanor comes on screen, it just brings a certain level of like, this nigga's about to bang out, or okay.
or
However, in a show like JJK, obviously I'm gonna be rocking with Gojo way more than someone like Yuji. Not because Yuji isn't cool, but Gojo carries himself with a certain level of like sauce that Yuji has just not achieved yet. And his personality, along with his disgusting amount of power, is a huge draw to the character every time he's on screen. I don't know, I think it's just that OSCs are a very big part of major anime that can really help the story along or be a clutch in certain situations. I think all in all, I just wanted to make this video to shed some highlight and show love to the characters in these shows that are the secret gems. You don't think of Gon without Killua, you don't think of Yuji without Gojo, you don't think of Naruto without Itachi, and so on and so forth. Sure, some of them just spend most of the time on screen aura farming, but for the most part, they show up and show out when they're actually needed. I know I definitely didn't cover everyone that falls under this trope, so if there's someone I didn't mention that you want to add to the list, be sure to drop in the comments below. I have a lot of anime that I actually haven't seen, so I'm sure I'll acquire some new favorites in the next few years. That's all I got. If you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. It really helps the channel out a lot.
Okay, so that's today's video. Yeah, out of all the OP side characters, I would say my top ones would definitely be Escanor, Gojo, Killua, Itachi. I'm pretty sure there are like others. Either way. Anyway, this is a good video. Thank you guys for watching it. If you like it, if you hit the like button, comment down below, hit the subscribe button while I add it. Till then, later guys. If you don't mind me, I'm gonna eat some dinner.